The sun had just left the western sky as the cab crawled up Laurel Canyon, bathing the Hollywood hills in the golden flush of summer. I got a great vibe every time I came up here, only a few minutes from the madness of the Strip, but a world apart. There was a shabby hippie chicness to it, with crazy little houses on stilts teetering along each side of the twisty-turny road. It was a place where there were free-spirited people just like me doing the things that I wanted to do, being creative and making music. I felt the pull of Laurel Canyon, its community spirit. Man, it looked like home to me. We stopped in front of a small wooden house on Lookout Mountain Avenue. It wasn't a posh affair, just a one-bedroom bungalow, a little jewel box, with a sloping shingled roof and a lovely garden out back on a lick of land. A tiny tree had taken root near the porch. A green VW van was parked by the mailbox at the curb. Inside, lights glowed brightly, and I could hear the jingle-jangle of voices rising in unison. I knew she had company. I'd called her from the airport, and I knew who was with her. Still, I hesitated, fearing to intrude. I leaned on my guitar case and considered where I was and what I was doing. Deep down, I was still a kid from the north of England, a place that continued to leave its mark on me. Sure, I know I was an English rock star, I had it made, but my past made me feel that I wasn't cool, that maybe even now I was out of my element. Nah, what the hell, I've been in all kinds of situations in the last 10 years, no point in getting hung up on that now. Suddenly, Joni was at the door, and nothing else mattered. It had been a few months since we'd last seen each other, and that was, in fact, the first time we'd met, but our connection was instant. Joni Mitchell was the whole package, a lovely, sylph-like woman with a natural blush, like windburn, and an elusive quality that seemed lit from within. Her beauty was almost as big a gift as her talent, and I'd been pulled into her orbit, captivated from the get-go. Behind her, sitting at the dining-room table, the two men I'd expected to see were finishing dinner. I grinned the moment I laid eyes on them. "Hey, Willie," David Crosby called from across the room, using a nickname reserved for my closest friends. He was one of those incredible guys it was impossible not to like. A gregarious character, irreverent as hell, with a gorgeous voice and a great sense of humour. I'd met him almost 2 years earlier when he was still a member of the Byrds, and we'd become fast friends. There was something that just clicked when we were together. We were on the same wavelength. We loved the same music, the same kind of women, including Joni, who had been a lover of his some months back.